Hey, Mokpo is the harbor city at the very bottom of South Korea, where the mountains literally drop into the Yellow Sea, and the coastline dissolves into hundreds of islands most foreigners have never heard of. 2 days is enough to get the shape of the place, but only if you don't burn your best hours on the wrong end of town. I mapped out the whole route in a template you can grab, links in the description. Spring here means cherry blossoms on the lower mountain trails, mild air, and clear afternoons over the harbor, basically the window where Mokpo is at its most cooperative. Day 1 is about reading the city from above. You climb a mountain that shouldn't have this good a view, ride a gondola over it, then let the waterfront do the work. Yudalsan is a 228-meter rock sticking straight out of the coastline on 3 sides. It's the reason Mokpo has the shape it does, and locals have been comparing it to the legendary Jumgangsan for generations. The loop trail is short, but the lower paths pass through Korea's first outdoor sculpture park, opened in 1982, full-size pieces embedded in the forest, not just plaques on pedestals. Near the top, the cherry blossoms thin out, and you hit bare rock and wooden stairs, with wind coming off the Yellow Sea. The summit is breezy enough that you'll want to layer even when the city feels warm. What you're really here for is the panorama. Hundreds of islands in the Dadohae archipelago spread below on a clear morning, which is why this goes first. Everything after makes more spatial sense once you've seen the whole picture. From the harbor, the Mokpo Marine Cable Car lifts you over Yudalsan's summit and then rotates 90 degrees out across open water toward Gohado Island, a 3.2-kilometer ride with no support pylons in the sea for over a kilometer of that span. The engineering is genuinely unusual. The world's tallest cable car stanchion at 150 meters, a mid-station angle of 68 degrees, and about a third of the cabins have glass floors because apparently regular floors aren't exciting enough at that height. Book ahead if you want the glass floor cabin, especially on weekends. The booking system is mostly in Korean, but third-party sites like Klook have English options. Doing the hike first and the cable car second is the move, because the gondola's peak elevation is actually higher than Yudalsan's summit, and the afternoon light on the water is worth waiting for. Chorit hard nakazent U Square is the harbor front plaza where Mokpo actually lives in the evenings, an open wooden deck, a stage for street performers, and restaurants looking straight out at the water. The reason you time this for sunset is the Dancing Sea Fountain, a 150-meter-long floating contraption that shoots water 70 meters into the air, synchronized to music, twice a night starting around 8 p.m. It's completely free, and it draws locals, not tourists, families, couples, retirees in folding chairs, all watching a jet of seawater choreographed to Korean pop ballads, which is both absurd and genuinely good. The outdoor harbor view tables fill up before the show starts, so if you want to eat with the fountain in front of you, get there early and let the city do the entertaining. Day 2 shifts to the water, a quick glass walkway over the coastal rocks, then a ferry out to islands where almost no foreign tourists go. The Mokpo Skywalk is a 54-meter glass-bottomed walkway jutting out from the coast near the Maritime University, suspended 15 meters above the rocks. Short, free, and a little more unsettling than the numbers suggest. Below you is Gatbawi Rock, a sea stack shaped like a traditional Korean bamboo hat, and on a clear morning you can see Mokpo Bridge stretching across the harbor. The whole thing takes about 15 minutes. It's a quick hit, not a destination, so this goes first because it gets you out over the water before you spend the rest of the day actually on it. Wear real shoes since sea spray makes the glass slippery, and weekday mornings are nearly empty if you want the floor to yourself. The Mokpo International Ferry Terminal is where you catch boats to Hongdo and Heuksando fishing islands in the Yellow Sea that most Koreans have never visited, let alone foreigners. The crossing passes to Dadohaehaesang National Park, Korea's largest marine park, with island after island stacking up on the horizon. The ferry itself is genuinely part of the experience. Book at least a day ahead, confirm the schedule the night before, because it changes with weather, and check your return time before you leave. Miss the last boat and you're spending an unplanned night on a fishing island. These are working communities with dramatic coastlines, not resort islands, and that's exactly the point. Bring snacks, take motion sickness medication if you're prone, and settle in for 2 hours of open water. Mokpo is a city where the mountains meet the sea, and then both of them meet a handful of islands nobody talks about. 2 days lets you read the geography without rushing past it. The full route is in that editable template with the map view. Grab it from the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let me know which stop you'd add or skip. Always curious what people prioritize.